What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my F1 Mobile Racing Career Mode. We are here for episode number 15 today for the British Grand Prix in Season 3. If you guys did miss the previous episode at the Austrian Grand Prix, then definitely be sure to go check that out before you see this one. A very interesting episode as we, came too close to comfort with that power unit. And as you can see here, we can now upgrade our chassis to level 3. That will further push our car up. And as you'll also see here, we're going to have to take a fresh power unit because I'm not going to run a race with that much wear on the power unit. So now, let's get on with the British Grand Prix qualifying. So as we head for the qualifying, looks like Hamilton's putting the fastest lap ahead of Vettel, Perez, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Ocon, Norris, Sainz, and Alonso. So Hamilton on pole for his home Grand Prix, so hopefully we can stop him and take pole position here at Britain as we get ready to start our lap. Here we go, then 3, 2, 1, go! No DRS down this straight, and coming into turn 1 should be about flat out, and yes it is, as we come through that corner, nice and easy, and now we set up for Village turn 3. Here we go, now hard on the brakes, down to third gear, clip that apex, and then get back on the brakes, and then we thread the car through there, and then now we get on the power nice and early, and now head on towards the Wellington straight and the start of sector 2. Here we go, getting ready to open DRS, and there it goes, up to about 155 miles an hour to come towards the next braking zone, down to fourth gear, hard on the power, and then hard on the brakes for this right-hander, get on the power early so we can get a good exit out of that corner and have a good run down this long straight, which used to be the old pit straight. Now coming towards Cups corner, should be flat out, don't need to lift here, and yes it is no problem for us. And as we come towards the Maggots and Beckett section, should be also flat out until that latter part. 1, 2, 3, and now we start braking to make sure we make this corner down to 6th gear, and we clip that apex perfectly, and now we can get the DRS wide open as we now head down the Hangar straight. And with our healthy power unit, we should be able to climb up the speed pretty high, as we hit about 171 and just as we hit the braking zone, and we get on the gas nice and early, and now coming towards the chicane. Here we go, then down to third gear, hit that apex, now hit that apex, and that was very, very smooth. Now hit that apex as we come across the main straight, and here we go, and across the line, it's going to be pole position ahead of Lewis Hamilton by about 7 tenths ahead of Vettel, Perez, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Norris, Stroll, and Carlos Sainz. So now, let's get on with the race on Sunday. So here's the starting grid then. It's us, Hamilton, Vettel, Perez, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Norris, Stroll, Sainz, Ocon, Leclerc, Alonso, Giovinazzi, Gasly, Mazepin, Raikkonen, Schumacher, Russell, and Latifi complete the grid. So now, let's get on with it as we get ready to 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix, starting on pole position, and it's lights out. And away we go, and it's a decent start from us against Lewis Hamilton, and we immediately cover him off as we now head towards turn 1. So far, all is getting away clearly and no contact made as we come through the first corner, just looking back just to make sure that Lewis Hamilton stays behind us as we now come towards Village for the first time. Hard on the brakes, down to third gear, clip that apex, get on the power, now back on the brakes, get that apex as well, get on the power nice and early, and we make a nice big gap to Lewis Hamilton. I don't know why I said we baked the gap to Lewis Hamilton. I said we made a gap to Lewis Hamilton. That is my fault. As now come towards the left-hander. Here we go, then hard on the brakes, down to fourth gear. We do miss that apex a little bit, but we do recover nice and easily. But then we miss this apex a little bit, but we do get the exit, which is crucial for us down this straight. As we now head towards Cups corner. And the car feeling good so far. And Hamilton is still keeping us modest, though, 1.3 seconds behind, but he should be no threat to us for the rest of the race. As we now come towards the Maggots and Beckett session, the clouds are puffy and white, the sun is out, no threat of rain, which is going to be good for us. And now as we come through the Maggots and Beckett section, we get these sequence of corners just about right. And now on the Hangar straight, no DRS obviously for the first 2 laps. And so we now coming towards the right-hander. Should be about easy as we now go down to 6th gear and we clip that apex, and that will set us up perfectly for the next sequence of corners down to 3rd gear, clip that apex, and there we go. That is our first lap sorted at the British Grand Prix. Here we go, then starting lap number 2. Hamilton is about 2 seconds behind us, then comes Perez and Vettel. Perez is keeping Hamilton modest though. It's only 4 tenths behind, and then Vettel's another second back. But we're just in a world of our own here, really. As now come towards Village for the second time. Hit that apex again. Get on the power. Get on the brakes. Flip that apex. Get on the power early again. And then get a good exit for the Wellington straight. Remember, no DRS, so we can't have that extra boost of speed. As we now come down the Wellington straight. As you can see here, Hamilton is now 3.2 seconds away. We're actually pulling away from the Mercedes. So we're not doing that back, considering we're in an Alpha Tower. As we clip that apex. Get on the power. Get on the brakes. Now we clip this apex as well, and we get a very good exit. That time we fully committed, and the car was on rails. And you can see the gap just growing from Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez. Sebastian Vettel is now 5.5 seconds away from us. So I think he's going to be fighting for fourth. Hamilton and Perez are going to be fighting for second, and I'm going to be up here in first at the moment. As long as we don't bottle our race win as it comes through the Maggots and Beckett section. This time keeping it clean, and we go a bit wide there, but luckily we do slow down the car enough just to make sure we stay on the track. There have been instances where I've been too cocky and I get on the grass and I nearly lose the back end. That time I kind of knew that was going to happen, so I just slowed down just to make sure we made the corner. Now coming towards the right-hander again, down to 6th gear, about 140 miles an hour. The car sticking to the ground perfectly. Now coming towards the chicane for another time, down to 3rd gear, and we clip those two apexes perfectly. And now we come out of the last corner to start the final lap of the British Grand Prix. We are still well ahead of Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez. And I think we're going to start to relax a little bit, or we can possibly push for the fast lap as we come through turn 1, hit that apex perfectly, and then stay close to the curve through turn 2. Now coming towards Village for turn 3, part of the brakes down to 3rd gear, clip that apex, get on the power early, now get on the brakes again, hit that power, and hit that apex. And now we should have a good run down the Wellington straight as we start sector 2. So far, it's a clean lap so far. As we said, a purple first sector, 24.293. And as we now come towards Brooklands and Luffield for one last time, down to 4th gear, hard braking, but we completely go wide, and in the process, we get a corner cut, which really doesn't make sense, since we didn't even cut the corner, and all we did was just go wide, and we just sent it way too deep. That's going to ruin our hot lap, but that's fine. We still have a decent gap, and that has proved crucial for us, because if we were fighting Hamilton and Perez, we could have easily lost the lead, and we could have easily lost the race win. Luckily, with that gap, we've managed to hold the lead of the British Grand Prix. Coming through the Maggots and Beckett section one more time, left, and then right down to 6th gear, and we get we get on the grass, and we get a massive tank slapper, and that's what I was talking about. Sometimes I get way too cocky, and I get on the grass, and that just completely ruins our exit speed. That's going to ruin our lap even more. Again, the gap was crucial, so we still hold the lead. And we did this corner pretty much flat out. Going a bit wide, but that's alright. We still managed to keep the car on track. It looks like Perez has gone ahead of Lewis Hamilton somewhere in the process. And it looks like we're going to take the window at the British Grand Prix. And it's going to be our second race win in a row. We weave around, celebrating. And that's going to be an awesome win for AlphaTauri as we come ahead of Perez, Hamilton, Vettel, Bottas, Verstappen, Norris, Ricciardo, Stroll, and Ocon. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy the, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.